Hello.
Hello. Hello
We're
there.
back.
Anyone in the chat?
Anyone in the
there?
chat?
Anyone there? Oh, we made it. We made it. All right. Well,
Hey.
we're back. We just wanted to chat. I don't know. Val, let's do the intro.
Game 1.
Our mics are working. I don't know. That one was terrible. I don't know.
Oh, it's okay.
I got nervous.
It's still new, you know. Like,
yeah, I got nervous.
yeah, you got to work on it a little bit. Like, do it a couple more, and then I think you'll be in a good spot.
So, chat, to be clear, this absolutely was a bit. Valdez gave up on it early, but I really wanted to cast in Twitch chat by typing, not letting Twitch chat cast for us. And then I got really nervous when we got to the do part. I had to actually just drop the bit, so we turned the mics back on.
Yeah. That's definitely what happened. 100%.
Let's not acknowledge this.
Acknowledge what?
Exactly. Piero 1-0 on the Nautilus in this meta.
The Sivir Nautilus is basically just you're playing for team fights. You will go on the hunt and run at them.
I did chat cast this a little bit earlier, but I think the Sejuani first pick here really hurts the draft of DRX quite a bit. As they got the short stick in terms of what 80 carries, meta 80 carries are left available. And now into Varus and Karma, you're hoping to make a Nautilus all-in work. Not impossible, but very challenging, let's say. In the earlier parts, obviously later on the Sivir can start doing much better. But as you can see here.
Yeah, by the way, good casting as well, chat. Thank you for joining us in the chat. Especially legendary poet or Poe, who was taking it very seriously. Was doing a great job. We needed some help, you know.
Zaytop, by the way, very good at Syndra. One of the picks I associate with him is Azir and Syndra, the two like standouts. His Victor, probably a close third for me for the games I've commentated and watched of him over the last 2 years. But I think very challenging to pull off in this draft against a Victor in terms of late game team fighting. If Bull was playing any sort of traditional AD carry, you'd feel very good. He's playing Varus, but he's not playing Lethality Varus, so he's going to have a lot of extra damage later on with this lethal tempo. And they just have basically better long-term team fighting, with the exception of
Cleaver. What's going on?
Eating some big damage.
Just like we ate our Subway sandwiches.
Yep, and I had steak and cheese. What did you have? Spicy Italian, was
Spicy Italian, yeah. Had some, you know, just globbed on some mayonnaise, of course, as you do.
As you do.
No,
I actually just get mustard. I actually just get mustard. I don't put mayonnaise on my sandwiches. Or on my nuggets, for that matter.
Well, I mean...
All right, guys. I mean,
it's not
I think we can all
fault.
agree that mayonnaise on sandwiches is fine, but nuggets is a bit of a...
Yeah,
bit of a reach.
I didn't even have mayonnaise. It was actually ranch.
You're just a big liar. You didn't even tell the chat the truth.
Yeah, it wasn't the truth this time.
It wasn't even the truth.
Definitely had mayonnaise on the nuggets, though.
So the difference,
last time.
The main difference between Korean Subway and American Subway, there are very few differences in terms of ingredients and stuff like that.
Sour cream with nuggets is lit. Look at this guy. Shadow Dancer, he gets it. A little engaged here from Piero.
Look, you miss 100% of the Nautilus hooks you don't take.
True, yes, that is very true.
There's a Wukong down here, but to answer the question about the differences in Subway, the main thing is that when you get to, after you put your meat on and you've toasted it, usually they don't ask you if you want it toasted or not, they just toast it by default, but some places will, it just depends. Okay, another hook.
Here we go again. And Pleta is going to take a lot of damage, as will Piero, because guess what? You don't have any damage with this duo, so if you hook, you're going to take more damage than you get. So don't
Especially
hook.
with lethal tempo on this Varus. Like, if you stay long enough, it's going to be very annoying. Like, this Varus will still do very little damage early as a Doran's Blade start, but if you really tussle with him, like, Karma has auto attacks from range and more damage than Nautilus does, so yeah. But when you get to the vegetables part and sauces, they usually ask you what you do not want. Every time I talk about it, it's Nautilus.
Okay,
like, watch
we're
this.
engaging once again, and you know what? This time it's gonna work. As Pierre did take a lot of damage, but it was absolutely worth.
All right, watch me pull him under. Watch me pull this Nautilus under turret. So the difference between it is the vegetables.
Oh, he started walking. He started walking. You're right. Keep it up.
So the difference is they ask what you don't want on your sandwich rather than what you do want. Yeah, that was literally the end of the story, but we just couldn't get to it because every time I tried to tell you guys about it,
Piero just had to hook something.
Yeah, he had to hook something.
Oh my god.
Okay, he's back. Picked up a new quiver.
We have a lot more friendly chatters to the mayonnaise on stuff. Actually, somebody said that mayonnaise and ketchup together is actually okay, as we do have some more action in the top lane, of course, sparked by my discussion of mayonnaise. Somebody said that, and then they were talking about sour cream is pretty good with nuggets. I'm not the only one.
I mean, you're not the only one, but you are in the minority, which is fine. I mean, Minority Report was a good movie.
Mayo ketchup is any actual Heinz sauce. Mayo and ketchup is literally 1,000. I'm not sure if that's true. Here we go. Andel is trying to start up this fight as Cards comes in. Level 5 though, so you know, can just smack the Nautilus on the head, but that's about it. And he'll just walk away.
This isn't really a very strong kill lane with Nautilus Sivir. Sivir does a decent amount of damage. We have seen like lethality Sivir and stuff like that in the past. You don't want to be doing that in this draft, and he is not. But you can trade very well if you can consistently hit these hooks and your jungler is nearby. But you can see the hooks haven't amounted to anything except an absurdly large CC score. We'll talk about that later.
Very important discussion, yeah.
But yeah. By the way, Syndra, very good in the early laning phase if you play it right. And we talked about Setab just being one of his signature champions. He is playing it right.
You did say that when you were chat casting.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've even seen Victors picked into this and players like Bulldog destroy the Syndra, but Setab, to be more correct. Not
Setab.
Yeah, he's opening a new tab.
Set ab.
His Smurf account is called new Incognito tab. Struggle to get that one out.
Ooh, that would make sense for a Smurf account, I guess. Yeah. Casters avoiding having to pronounce Worcestershire.
Worcestershire? That's hard.
It's definitely not how you say it. I just wanted to tilt him.
The Worcestershire.
Wait, isn't it like Worcester sauce or something? You like don't pronounce the whole thing or something.
Worcester sauce?
Worcester is like a place in New York. I don't think that's the way. Setab is going to get a plate, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, 175.
Is this the time where we get sponged for the first time? The other casters got sponged, we didn't.
They got sponged. I don't know if Sponge is going to do that to Courage.
Or us. Be careful, that's what Sivir said.
Worcestershire. Sorry, Sivir.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. In England, it's often Worcester sauce. Yeah, that's the one I heard, I think.
Well, Kwangdong Freak's going to get the first Drake. DRX, first Herald on the top side.
Wait, Varus got the first Drake?
In my LCK CL? Yes.
Worcestershire sauce. That guy's from Brooklyn, for sure. Actually, he's from the Netherlands, because he has NL in his name. You know what's, like, do you ever notice that always people from the Netherlands put NL at the end of their name?
I mean, not always, but yeah. I mean, every time it's NL, they're always from the Netherlands. Yeah, I've noticed that.
But also, Well, I mean, if you put NL and you're not from the Netherlands, what are you even trying to say?
You're an imposter.
Yeah, but I meant like there aren't a lot of other places, like countries that people are from where they put it at the end of their name. You know, like I don't put US at the end of my name, and nobody does. I mean, nobody would want to anyway.
Oh my God! Look at Chronicler's username.
That's not
Holy
even
hell.
how you spell it, but you know.
Chronicler.
Chronicler.
I actually got totally duped, man. I thought it was legit for a second. I was like, whoa. If you just capitalize those 2 letters, my brain still sees it as Chronicler.
No. If you keep the first and last letter the same, you will read it the same.
I had a lot of Korean friends growing up in the States, and there was a lot of KR in the name as well on like messaging services.
I've never really seen that myself. Chronic Keckler NL.
Yeah, you don't really see like Jur for Germans or like DE or anything like that.
Sam's in a little bit of trouble, but he will survive for now. He gets a huge amount of damage off on the monkey, and he will go down, but he did his job. He pressed the gameplay button, and Cleaver will survive somehow, and we end up with a 1-for-1.
That reminds me of every time I like forget to change my runes and I end up with like Aftershock Syndra or like Aftershock Oriana, and I like ult and I'm like, it's still alive over here. Yeah, he lives for a really long time actually, and he has to flash the wall. Doesn't want to walk through that gravity field, just going towards Sponge, who comes over and saves him for a long time. Of course, does eventually go down. But it's a good trade here overall for DRX. Bit of a flash going down there at the end. Didn't realize he used that one in the last fight, but a kill to Satab himself and 1 to the victor. Still has the same lead he had before in CS.
Well, now they're going to gank Cleaver, who does not have flash,
but he's got moves, Valdez.
He did run backwards in a straight line with his Merc Treads. A very good
we call that
pickup.
moonwalking, Valdez.
This is going to be a lot of plates. Nice. I liked when Sponge rode over to mid lane and shouted, "It's spongin' time."
Yeah, that's what he said.
That is what he said. By the way, Astronautilus TX. Texas is actually another one that would do that because they're trying to become their own country, right? So they're like, we're very important.
Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah. They are,
sure
actually.
about that?
They're trying to secede from the US, yes. And so they, I guess you don't know if that's a real thing. Bull elected not to get the melee minion there.
Are you
So,
sure he's
yeah.
doesn't just work at Texaco? You don't know.
Texas is a country, see?
He's just here for LCK.
K Kona, that's right. Yeah, see?
Texas.
Texas.
US. Tex US.
Texaco, K Kona.
You guys remember Texaco, the gas station?
I'm not sure if they had those in New York.
I mean, Texas.
I'm not sure. But yeah, like Texas is one other place
big.
where I would see it. Yeah, you're right. Texas is big.
It's big. It's got a large population. It's got its own moniker, you know, its own little ending suffix, TX.
It does, yeah. How many countries is Texas bigger than?
A lot.
I'm just curious about the number.
I don't know exactly
Is
how
it
many.
above 50? It probably... I think it'd be pretty close.
Yeah, I'd say like somewhere between 50 and 65.
All right, well, we're going to
Lancer?
try to kill the Scion. They got him down to 60% health. Can they get him to 50? No, they can't. That's the end.
Nope, yeah, that's the end. It's a Scion gank. He flashes, the end.
Probably 100 plus.
Probably 100 plus. I don't know. I'm saying
Texas
somewhere
is
between
really
50
big.
and 65.
Texas is bigger than the U.S. Yes, that's true. Here we go. We are flashing onto Ondil as a massive cyclone. Quanta are
Courage,
not going to
man.
go quietly into the night.
He just does he does things on Wukong that aren't supposed to happen. Like teams just walk into him. His cyclones are always high value.
Dude, it was Ondil. Perfect bait.
Perfect.
You see them like flash hook a Karma and miss?
Yes.
Amazing.
We'll watch it again in slow motion. Actually, it might just be regular speed. Hold on, we'll find out.
DRX wins, Schmiggles 28.
Here we go. Slow motion.
So first
Dodge,
that misses,
dodge.
this misses, they ult him, and then 4 people are in bad position.
Come and get me.
That's my analysis.
Yeah, I mean, that was good work. Like, that's what happened. Cyclone was good. He dodged stuff. Some flashes were burned.
Texas would be the 39th largest country by land area in the world, coming in just behind Zambia and ahead of Myanmar.
So yeah, so like I said, like about 140 smaller.
So yeah. Yeah, that's correct. They're going to take down the mid turret here. This is very nice. DRX, you know, even though they got kind of bamboozled. What the hell was that? Did you just see that?
No. I was reading chat. What did I miss?
Did he just bounce off the turret?
I don't think you bounced off the
Am
turret.
I losing my mind? Wait, why does Sion bounce off of your own turrets?
I don't think so. I think it just
That's
interrupts
what
you.
he did.
Did he boing?
He boinged off the turret. I didn't know that was a thing. Spectator bug, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a spectator bug.
It looked very strange, but also funny. Been in the game for months. That's how you can tell we never cast this game.
He didn't oil
League of
his
Legends.
axles.
The wagon fell apart halfway through.
Oh, Valdez. I wonder, I do wonder sometimes about the state of the meta.
What do you mean? We're having a great time.
Yeah, no, sometimes I do wonder. You know, we had the Nautilus pick. It is not going very well. Piero's 1-0 on the pick as well. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Dive opportunity.
Okay.
Or
Trying to
just
get on
go
top
straight
of
into
Courage.
Wukong.
Yeah. Must fight. See enemy champion. Hit enemy champion. Very, very nice.
Oh, dude, that clone got shreked. Oh, but they
Oh,
didn't get the
man.
gold from the clone. Oh. -1s in the chat. Oh. If you're gonna commit,
darn it.
if you're gonna commit your ult to the clone, you gotta get the money at least.
They did a lot to that clone. That
Courage
was-
didn't even ult.
Yeah. Dude, he's so good with this clone. He's really good with
A
that.
trickster, you could say.
What did you guys eat for dinner? We had sandwiches.
Sub sandwiches.
Yeah. That was the way we decided to go. And DRX are
Hoagies. Sorry. All right, go on.
Hoagies. All right. I don't think that,
Tell me more, Valdez,
I don't
and
think
why.
that's true, T-Raths. I think you just made up that copy pasta, okay?
I did get my correct one. They followed the instructions perfectly. Thanks to Bronson. Shouts to Bronson for that one.
Thank you, Bronson. DRX, they got engaged on, and they're still just destroying them.
Yeah.
They got both Rift Heralds. They threw one into mid, one into bot, I think, and now 2 turrets are already down.
And they don't care about the 2 stacked Drakes because it's Chemtech Soul, so
Yeah.
it's kind of chilling. And the Sivir is going to be very strong if set up correctly in these team fights. Part of that going to be on the Syndra, part of it on the Sejuani, of course. And if Clear can get, albeit a little bit nerfed, a big Q3 knockup, that's all it's going to take for the Sivir to pop.
Wolf, what is your sandwich alignment? I am chaotic neutral.
I think I'm actually lawful good on sandwiches.
Uh-oh, Pleta, he decided, hey, let's just go ahead and take the Raptors. What could go wrong? Surely I will be safe. And he died.
He was not safe. Courage strikes again. Looked like he spell shielded the Q from Courage. Just got bonked. Ouch. It's hard to spell shield against Wukong.
Yeah, this is a pre-run from 2027.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering, this is in fact.
So they do not see him with Scryers, but Courage just over here doing his normal jungle pathing. Splits here for the second knockup. Where's that spell shield? Oh, spell shield the Q. Still die because my sandwich alignment is neutral good because I don't put a lot of weird stuff in my sandwiches. I always get the same one, and during the summer I don't toast. I don't even toast. because it's not the right.
That's a little bit chaotic, I think.
No, I don't. Actually, I don't think so. Is it? I think toasting makes more sense in the winter, right? Not in the summer.
All sandwiches should be toasted every time.
Okay, do you toast your peanut butter jelly sandwiches?
Occasionally, yeah.
What about your hot dogs?
Yeah, generally you toast them on the grill.
The buns, though. All right,
yeah, the buns, exactly. The Scion, they can't get through the Scion. This is a Chemtech Soul, and oh, they got him down to 50. They got him down to maybe a 40. No, he's got a shield. Oh no, the ult's now, okay, that's a hook. And they got him down to 10%.
And he's just gonna get away. He's just gonna get away.
No, he's not. He's going back.
Like I said about this, he's gonna get away.
They
Look.
got him to 10% again. Nothing else has happened in this fight. That was a really cool stock.
Yeah, but where's the
Sponge
follow-up?
is trying to kill the Drake by himself. He's not even gonna get the smite, and then he died. You sponged yourself. And Clear is just going to walk away. That's going to be a nice fight here for Guangdong. We're still down on gold, but they're one step closer to the soul.
Whoa, what was that?
Okay, we're still fighting. Courage trying to go in onto a Cassante. Generally not a good idea, although he had a lot of courage on the play.
Let me get this straight. Hold on, let me just get this straight. Okay, so we're gonna watch this whole replay and miss the game. This replay lasts about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Watch Lancer.
Yeah.
Just keep watching him. Hold on.
Look at the Scion.
Just keep watching him. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
He goes out and back in.
He declared Bouncy Castle his residency.
Yeah.
Look at him go! He just 1v4s this fight, and Sponge is like, guys? Anyone want to hit the Drake with me, or should I just like flash out of the pit? I don't have flash. I'm knocked up. Courage makes that play to collapse on him, kill him, and take the Drake, and then just instantly goes and dies. So that's what I was gonna say. Just let me get this straight. Like, Courage makes the play, sick play, punish play there with Lancer, and then goes off and dies.
Yeah.
That's
He didn't even have to take that much damage, but he proved to us that he could. So that was pretty cool.
His damage tanked at the end of the game is going to be so high.
Someone tell me why DRX is winning in gold even though the kills are 1 to 5.
Turret
I don't
gold.
know. Okay, he asked the same question again. I don't know. Is this like... This is like the game we play where it's like, who's going to win this game? Is it DRX or Guangdong? But in this case, it's like, is he trolling or not? I'm not sure.
No, I don't think he's trolling.
All right, well, Cleaver is going to take a lot of damage, but that shield was massive, and Sponge, he's just going to sponge his way out of here. His Lancer is trying to lance down into the river, but it doesn't amount to too much.
Can chat cast the next team fight? I don't know about that. I know that happened yesterday, but I missed it.
All right, they're trying to kill Lancer again.
Those are words you could say out loud, Valdez.
Yeah, they are trying. Sivir only 300 CS away from winning the game.
Only 300 CS away. Remember that one time Teddy had 1,000 CS?
Yeah,
on Sivir?
I remember that. Yeah.
He's almost 800 away from that.
Yeah. I didn't cast the 94-minute game that was Achilles on play-by-play, but I did cast the 74-minute game. Or was it 76? It was like the second longest, and I think the AD carry had like 900 CS in that game, or 800. Fun times.
My longest is like 52 or something like that. One of those like weird Breon Dom 1 games, 2021 I want to say.
Yeah. I think you've done over 60 minutes.
Maybe I have.
Maybe like one time. If the LCK players, casters are playing D&D, what is everybody playing and who is DMing? Well, Chronicler's definitely DMing. I would play a mage or a wizard or whatever it is.
I usually end up playing healer in those types of groups because nobody wants to do it, and I'm just like, all right, I'll do it. And no one ever finishes those campaigns anyways. Has anyone ever even finished a D&D campaign in the history of the world? Like, is that even happened?
No, that's impossible.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah. I think we're still waiting on the first one. I'm pretty sure it would be news if it does happen.
Gatorin says, I have, yeah. No, I don't know about that. I don't see any proof.
You may think you did, but I'm not sure that you did. I actually have no idea.
Finished means like it ends, right? Not that like you stopped playing. Because, yeah, we've all finished, of course, stopping playing. But
a 3-year campaign. Alice and Chronicler thought Wolf was a druid or monk.
Yeah, like
Monk. They had a pretty good read on us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always a wizard, so that's easier. But for Wolf, I think it's a harder read. We got a game going on here.
Bull flashed that.
Sponge did throw his Sponge ult at Bull, but it did miss. And Bull did have to flash.
We are K-ramming hard right now. Take this.
Yeah, Kwangdong are like, we have the Scion that's unkillable. What do we do, though?
Yeah, it's
how
like...
do we win a fight?
Wait for the
him?
courage flank. The courage flank, that's how you do it with this team comp. You just go... Look how long he's going. Look at him going. He's going all the way around the Drake pit.
Wait, but the fight started. Where is the jungler?
Hold on, wait for the Wukong flank.
He's gonna flank
hold
eventually.
on, wait for it.
Here he comes.
Here he comes, hold on.
Wait, they saw him. Who are the players to watch in this match? Sponge.
Sponge and Setab, I think, are...
Sponge has a great name.
Setab and Sponge are, I think, the strongest players. Clear would have been, but I don't know. I feel like Clear isn't as... like, clearly the favorite to watch on this team after watching this season. Oh, finally. He's like, I've been looking for this karma all game long. Finally, my hook lands. The Wukong flank, not a success. And I think this is a really good read from DRX. Just like, all right, I think he's flanking. We have a few wards, but they didn't see him. But they're like, I mean, he's not close to us because the wards that are in the river and on the top of that brush there. See, he's not there. He's not close enough to actually flank him at that moment. They pull the trigger and get the engage, win the fight. 3,000 gold up now. And, uh-oh, teleport fight.
Yeah, but Cassante, he went all out, but he didn't do anything.
He went all out, then he got all out of there.
Yeah.
He's out. All out. Rough times.
Yeah.
There's the turret going down.
Why did DRX have to take that Drake? Well, because they wanted to deny the soul.
Okay, I was just gonna say tell him to ask his parents when he's older, but yeah.
To get to the other side.
Some questions are better left in the family.
It's only Jeff Soul. Scion is indeed unkillable. Why is Valdez never with Atlas? Well, we're both play-by-plays, so that makes it impossible. Actually, physically impossible to be in the same place at the same time, yeah. That's why Atlas and I, we like the theory of hanging out with each other, but we're not allowed to.
It's just not, I mean, there's a barrier that's created.
Yeah. It's like opposites attract, but if you're the same, then you bounce off of each other.
Yeah,
right?
repel. Yeah.
Yeah, repel.
It's like a Venn diagram that will never cross. Like as soon as they bump into each other, that's as close as they can get. Lancer is just going to walk at them quite literally. Yeah. And that's
what he should do.
Baron set up control goes to one of the freaks. Like
Bull used Ghost.
True.
He kind of stood there for a little bit just to take it all in, you know.
It's an intimidation game.
Yeah. All right, they're still trying to deal damage to the Scion.
I actually don't know how many stacks Setab has, but with how many of these combos he's hit onto the Scion, I'm pretty sure he's finished it by now.
Yeah.
He's got to have.
Courage for the first time, not going to use his clone to soak the damage as we are once again K-ramming 5v5. I don't know where Setab is going. He's rejecting the K-ram.
Courage looking for the flank again. Setab is like, well, I'm just going to farm. They don't have good siege. They have the ability to wave clear, but then hitting the turret is not going to happen, so I'm just going to get money. And now Quantum Freak's like, oh, he's down there getting money. Let's group for Baron. And Courage is getting spotted, so they know that there's no jungler here. He's like really selling this, like, no, there's no jungler over there.
What do you
We're
do?
definitely not doing it.
What do you do when you don't know what to do? Do Baron. That is the answer. Just hit
What do
the
you
Baron.
do when you can't do Baron, though?
Sit mid
Turn?
and wait. As they are trying to turn. That's actually a pretty nice cyclone to turn. Where did Courage go? Okay, he's dead. Bull also is by himself 7 bajillion miles behind the team, so DRX will be able to clean this one up. A very nice flank that comes in from them. And Satab also just blew up the jungler of the enemy team. Is that the end of the game? I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
it was like the one fight we had in this game, it feels like, as the Sivir actually did some incredible damage.
So remember when I asked the question, what do you do when you can't do Baron? I guess the answer is get wiped and lose the game.
I guess we
figured it out. We figured it out.
Okay.
The flowchart is complete, Valdez. The flowchart is complete when you just aren't patient enough.
Got him
Another
again.
one.
They really hate Ondel in this game, man. They just keep going after this karma.
Well, that's a mid hog vote for me.
Yeah, it's looking like it. A lot of low health bars here. Piero will go down. Satab just gonna scatter the weak, as in this case, the weak is Courage. And down he will go. They are going to hit the Nexus and end the game. G.
GG. Remember GG buttons? Remember when that was a thing?
Yeah.
That's when esports became not mainstream, but like big enough to where people would have GG buttons in their house. It's a wild phenomenon that happened. Almost as wild as a game where a Scion tanked about infinity damage and they K-rammed hoping for the Courage flank to win them the game, and then he died. That was the end of that.
Yeah.
This game was not clean by any means. Don't try this at home.
Varus damage. Yeah, he was playing on hit for some reason. Bull really loves to play on hit Varus, but I have not seen it work yet.
Look, I mean,
So, yeah, maybe change that up for next game.
He didn't have a lot of space to work with. You know, there was a lot of
sleeping. I mean, he did less damage than Karma.
I know,
so.
I know.
Yeah.
He did more damage than Nautilus.
True.
So, you know, at least there's that. He's got that going for him. I think strategy-wise here, Guangdong had a draft that could have worked with a different 80 carry, but they felt like, oh, okay, well, we're going to have control of this with Varus Karma, and then drafted something that doesn't have any sort of top-side control, doesn't have any sort of early objective control. Like, they got the first 2 Drakes, but then after that, you're really just trying to set up team fights with flanks from your Wukong instead of just trying to straight up 5v5 with your front-to-back team comp. And, like, they used the Scion as, like, a taunt button rather than a frontliner. It felt like, I don't know, it's hard to explain how this went wrong for Guangdong, because I thought the draft was decent, but it's poor execution. This is, unfortunately, the Challenger's motto. Good draft, good concept, good idea, execution, we'll see.
You just never know what you're going to get when you open up the box of challengers. And this time we got a front-to-back comp that did not fight front-to-back even once. They were hanging around mid, just like waiting for it, but DRX never really gave him an opportunity.
Well, DRX was like, okay, Zersion is basically immortal, but not actually, so we're going to keep chipping away, and then eventually you see the flank.
Satab.
Open a new POG tab, his 3rd of the season.
Wow.
Control T.
501 CC score from a Syndra. Incredible.
So we did get confirmation about how the CC score is calculated. It's every CC in the game plus its duration. So, for example, the example we were given was that if Nocturne Paranoias, if he uses his ultimate, each second for each champion that someone is blinded adds up. So, for example, if he paranoid for 3 seconds, 5 champions, he would get 15 CC score. So slows count, silences count, etc. So the number gets pretty high.
Yep. And not only do you have Scout of the Week that can hit multiple people for multiple seconds at a time, which he actually did pretty well in this game, also your W does slow as well. So at the end of the day, he is just getting all this bonus CC score. And yes, a very interesting calculation. But either way, guys, pretty straightforward game. Not much to see here. DRX just claimed they take game 1. We'll be back for game 2.
흔들리지 마라. 평화가 함께. 집중하세요. 평화가 함께. 평화가 함께. 빨간 팀의 포탑이 파괴. 빨간 팀의 포탑이 파괴. 노력은 인정해 주시오.
Hello, welcome back to the DRX versus Guangdong Freaks Challenger League LCK matchup.
Yes, we are here heading into Game 2 shortly. Guangdong Freaks with a very interesting front-to-back composition that ultimately they just K-rammed with and lost.
That was a weird game. I think that Guangdong are really struggling with pressing their buttons all together in the same direction.
That's Valdez's way of telling me to turn off my watch notifications.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Sorry,
said.
chat. It's off. It's off. Sorry, chat.
Caster said it's banned for the week in
Not-
LCK.
Yeah, not in Challengers. In Challengers, in fact, it has not been banned one time.
What?
It's never been banned.
No, globally banned.
Yes, it is globally banned in LCK.
Is it globally banned in Challengers?
No,
Well, there you go. Hasn't been banned.
but it hasn't been banned
picked.
yet.
Shihan, who won? The fans won, actually, for game number 1. I don't that chat is picky. We just want any new champ outside of the only 30 champs pros seem to own.
Well,
This is actually a good fact, a good time to mention that the players don't own the champs directly. Actually, those are owned by Riot Games.
Well, these, I mean, more specifically, these accounts are not the players' personal accounts. They are used only for logging into the server here and playing locally. And they have all champions and all skins unlocked. So yeah, that's how they have their own private accounts where they can or cannot unlock whatever champions they want at home. I would venture to say that probably 95% of pros on their personal accounts have every champion unlocked. I wouldn't say every skin, but I mean, that's not why these picks are being made. I know that Astronautilus knows this, but for those who may not, the reason why a lot of these champions, we're seeing them over and over and over again, is because some of them are very strong right now. Others
All
are
champs
just meta.
unlocked? Yeah, right. Why haven't we seen anything else then? Clearly they don't have every champ unlocked, Wolf.
I think this guy is just trying to get your goat, Valdez.
He's trying to get my goat.
Yeah.
I don't have a goat.
Well, guess he's not going to be successful then, is he?
Even he's trying, I guess. ATD, interesting name.
Why haven't we seen anything else? Nice try.
Guangdong selected blue side. I'm going to say that that was a good decision. Just don't first pick on-hit Varus and do nothing with it in this game, and I'll be happy with it.
Yeah, I'd rather see
The Heimer ban?
I thought you were trolling. My water was actually blocking that part of the screen where the left band is.
You thought I was joking, but no,
it's actually
real life.
It's real. Well, I think that tells us everything we need to know.
What are you trying to say?
They're not planning on playing.
They don't want to play Heimer.
They don't want to play Heimer. No, I don't think they want. They want to have like maybe a Varus first pick here or an Ashe first pick where there's no great counter lane. Like Varus.
Ashe is banned.
Yeah, Ashe is banned now, and now Heimer and Karma work very well with Varus specifically.
Okay.
So they're saying I don't want to play Varus, and you can red side pick Varus, but you won't have the best pairings with it. So we'll be a Jace instead. Sejuani coming through. And now if you're Kwangdong Freaks and you lock up a strong AD carry here, the Varus still feels like a bad option, and they won't be able to get their support or their AD carry because of this Sejuani lock-in. So instead we'll just lock in Gragas, I guess.
No, I don't think that will be the choice here. Scion pick might be used to answer the Jace. Yeah, they're going to pick it pretty early on.
Scion Wukong incoming. They picked Maokai.
Yeah, Wukong mid, definitely not a thing nowadays.
I was jesting about the Scion.
It could be
the
Wukong
Scion,
Senna in the bottom lane. That's a possibility.
Yeah. The Scion tanking forever for courage to flank 1,000 miles on the Wukong. Not going to be the comp this time around. It will be the Victor. So starting to come together very similarly to how it did the last game, with the difference being the Maokai.
Jace can go mid, as was pointed out by our wonderful chat.
McYoda from the Netherlands.
Yes, Mac Yoda, NL. And there we go. The Jace is going mid, as Setab is very, very happy about that. Gives us a little chuckle.
So now the AD carry pool, how deep do we go? This sounds like, I think we're going to a Xayah game this time around. I think some Xayah is going to make it through.
Yeah.
Caitlyn also not banned until now. Kind of wild. Going to be banned in the second phase.
Was Gwen buffed? Haven't seen her in a year and suddenly she's back. No, I don't believe she got buffed, but she's very good into some of the picks that are coming up in the top lane nowadays, such as
Cassante, she's decent.
Scion, you know, being a tank and all that. Generally not good into Renekton, but we saw it picked into Renekton before today, and it actually won the lane and lost the game. Because better top lane wins, of course.
Is this an Aphelios Jinx game, or is it a Xayah game? Hold on. Jhin, Lucian.
It's going to be Ezreal Bard.
Varus actually gets banned despite the Karma and Heimerdinger bans. They just still ban it anyways. There is not a lot left, and you know, if you lock in your support here, I think you're fairly safe. I'm trying to think if you want Lulu in this case ever. I don't think so.
Zeri is still a pick.
Yeah, I like Aphelios way more though in this draft because you don't have any great way to set up your Zeri in this comp. Like Lulu Zeri can be okay, you have some scaling, but it just has such a big disconnect between the Jace and the Gwen.
Zeri Lulu here for Kwangdong?
I actually like it much better for their comp.
Yeah.
But they might just go Jinx.
Or Sivir, or Xayah, or Ezreal. Would be a weird Ezreal spot. Kalista?
Oh no, here we go.
What is this going to be
Kalista
with?
Renata? Kalista Gragas?
Kalista Renata. Remember Kalista Renata against Aphelios lanes?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching years past. And by years, I mean year.
And by a year, you mean like 4 months?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we got to the meat of the discussion. Leona is going to be the choice. So Kalista, Leona, along with the Victor that you chose.
Yeah, I wonder...
Not a lot of long-range AD damage in this game for them.
I wonder what the response is going to be here, because Nautilus is kind of the common one. Renata...
Braum.
I don't like... I like Braum. I don't like the Nautilus here because I think you're going to have a lot of problems competing if you try to CC the Leona. She's not going to take damage. Kalista's just going to out-trade the Aphelios always. And I thought maybe like you could see like a Soraka or something like that if you wanted to just try to stave off the pressure and survive, but that also seems like it's going to get totally blasted by this Kalista damage. So Braum, at least with his concussive blows, can stop this from pushing its way all the way to the turret, and then you can rely on Sponge to kind of come down and help out. I think a lot of this game is going to go down to the soul lanes, because we know how the bottom side of the map is going to go early. Obviously later Aphelios is going to be much better, but the soul lanes, I like Gwen into Sion as a matchup. I think Jace should do fine into Victor, but one or two mistakes and who knows, like this game could really open up wide, or open wide open. Words are hard. Guangdong Freaks will have a lot of opportunities if there are mistakes made.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the Braum, fantastic final pick here. That is the way to last pick support, essentially, for the counter pick. The Callista is, you know, like if you play chess and you make a really bad move, it's like double question mark ping in red. Yeah, perhaps a little bit of a blunder. It does not go well with the comp, but I guess you can all press your buttons and hope it goes well. If you do get behind, I think they will be in some trouble, but I don't know. I think DRX might just get the 2-0 here. Wolf.
I think it's going to be about execution, soul lanes, Callista Prio. Don't count your chickens for the hatch.
Definitely don't count your chickens, because then if you lose one, you're going to be upset. So it's better to just not know. So don't count them.
I think it's pretty good to have a nice inventory of your chickens.
No, I think it's better not to know because, you know, when the wolf on the farm eat one, you don't want to be unhappy. Let's jump into game number 2 right now.
Count your chickens. Don't count them before they're hatched, but do keep stock of how many you have, because if a wolf eats one or a coyote eats one, which is more commonly the case, even a fox potentially, or a very hungry neighbor.
I'm going to rename myself to Fox.
I mean, you can. That'd be cool.
That way we're Fox and Wolf.
Yeah, just like the old Nintendo 64 Star Fox game. There's a Valorant player called Wolfen. Where'd you get that name?
Definitely from you.
But if you don't know how many chickens you have and one goes missing, then you might not identify quickly enough a threat to your livestock.
Is that why they say not to
No,
count them
that's
before
they're hatched, because you don't know which ones are going to hatch. Like some eggs might go bad, like they might not hatch, stillborns, whatever.
What if a fox steals your eggs? Aren't there like a lot of eggs on a farm as well? And you're like, how are you going to count all those eggs?
Well, I mean, I think once the chicken is born, that's when you take stock of how many chickens you have.
Count them. Yeah.
Because the egg itself isn't going to be.
I get
the
it.
eggs
So
itself
you wouldn't count before they hatch.
Now, if your eggs are not going to hatch and you're planning on selling them,
we have a level 1 here. This is Leona Callista. Concussive blows, pretty good though. Again, Braum is just a really nice pick in the situation.
yeah. If you're planning on selling your eggs, though, you can count them. You want to know how many you're selling.
I hear eggs are very expensive in the US nowadays.
I have heard that too. What did she say?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Cleaver takes a big chunk, but actually just did more damage to stay tab instead. As we're fighting for level 2 here. Oh, a very nice one as Pletta's in a lot of trouble. He is going to be ran down as a flash away from the Q, and he will get last hit by the Leona, as first blood will go to Leona. Either way, still a win in the 2v2 here for Guangdong, and they're going in on more as the stun comes in. Piero! That's why they say not to count your chickens before they hatch.
Well, count your Ren Spears. That's a lot of damage from a Callista early. Cleaver.
Sponge.
How greedy. He's
Why
fine.
did Jace just do like negative damage to the
Victor?
What?
I think it's because it hit the minion. All right, level 2 here. Concussive blows trying to be set up here, but he actually zooms past the Braum. And then the Ignite comes through, and Bull flashes past Braum, and actually Andel's the one who gets the kill with the flash for the auto. Don't know if that's 100% necessary, but I think a safe call to make. And critically, the Aphelios dies, not the Braum. So first play going over to Leona, but at least it pulled the Aphelios out of lane. Otherwise, this wouldn't have been that amazing. Because now Pletta's got this lane in a pretty nice spot, pretty safe for him.
The buy here from Bull is boots and a dagger. So
run faster, shoot faster.
Yeah. And you know what they say about shooting faster? You're going to get more spears into the enemy.
Yep. And when you can run faster, you can make sure you're in range longer.
True.
Ooh.
You don't have to worry about Braum and his big door. Here's Courage. And guess what? There's no summoners in the bottom lane, but Courage has Summoner, so they're just going to go in on him. A massive double knockback as the chickens have hatched here for Guangdong Freaks' bottom lane. Piero will get away, funnily enough, is able to hop to the Sejuani.
Now, I'm not saying Aphelios is a rotten egg, but there are serious problems in this laning phase if you don't actually track where your enemy jungler is and you're playing far up. The ward that's in this brush here, I think is placed after, based on its timer. I don't think it was there when Courage came down. They're going to clear that, in fact, and will now proxy the waves in between the turrets. It's been one of those weeks, man, where it's starting off wrong.
You know what happens.
I'm walking on eggshells a little bit right now.
I don't have to tell you.
Yeah. No, I'm walking on eggshells. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely. I mean, okay, this top lane at least is going well for Clear. He's got to deal with the fact that his bottom lane is entirely scrambled, though. It's not really going to go well for him there.
Yeah, on the sunny side, though, he does have TP and can return to lane very quickly here. But wants to actually catch this wave of minions. Level 6 up, though. This is a very greedy call.
Is that the Baus?
Is it? Is it?
I think it's. Yeah, I think that's him.
Oh, nice dodge.
Yeah, Clear needs to be careful. He did get the plate, so that's kind of what he was sticking around for.
True.
So I was getting a little bit worried that maybe he was going to go for the kill on the Gwen under the turret, but no, it wasn't him.
Down here once again, Piero and Pleta, still no flashes, showing a lot of respect to Andel's engage range. Getting zoned out of CS.
Oh.
Now this is the kind of lane pressure I like to see.
Dude, don't show effort this game.
Oh, no.
We're going to be in
over here.
A lot more of these games if that happens.
It's crazy how, like, Varus, Lucian, these other pushing lanes, the, 80 Caitlyn support lanes are so oppressive, and like when you watch them, it's just kind of brain dead. You just push the lane into the turret and then you try to put some pressure on your jungle comes over. The Kalista lanes like this are so much more subtle, and I feel like so much more skillful to play out and pull off, that I do miss this type of lane control in bottom 2v2s.
Yeah, they even like froze it a little bit there, denied some CS. Pleta's like, well, I still don't have flash, so I guess I just don't get to play the game. Or, they're going to bounce the wave on me now and stack it and maybe dive, or maybe they'll just push it and take the Drake as well. That is another option. Kalista.
Kalista, is she back? Probably not, but in challengers, at least maybe.
Casters are throwing eggs at effort when he's not even in the game. That's true. I mean, I was just saying more,
I didn't do it. He did.
More so, I wasn't saying anything about Effort's play. I was just saying the fact that if Effort sees this, he's going to want to play it a lot, and we're going to have to see it a lot.
And Henna's a good Kalista player.
Hello, beautiful chatters. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Lunel. You really nailed it.
Clever. I always thought it was pronounced Lionel.
Like Lionel?
I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Lunel sounds better when I hear it out loud. Can we get confirmation? Can we get confirmation in the chat?
Casters, how was Across the Obelisk last night? It was good.
No, that's how you pronounce my name. What about yours, though?
Got him. Yeah, we cleared a Obelisk run on Madness 3 with 4 people. It was fun. I played Heiner. It's Lunel.
Lunel, okay.
Do they call her Louie for short? It's Loudnell. The D is silent. Oh, so it's Lownell?
What's up, Quest? Happy late birthday, by the way. I saw it was your birthday.
Yeah. You have to pronounce the underscore, too. Nelly for short? Interesting. I don't think anyone would use that name.
It's kind of
anymore. I think it's more of an old-fashioned name.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly. The underscore is like a grunt.
The underscore is like a grunt.
Lunel.
Well, Lunel definitely sounds better than Launel. I wasn't going to say anything, but I guess I was just wrong.
Uh-oh, little gankaroonie. As Setap is going to flash, and the damage goes in onto Cleaver. He's going to flash. And so we're just trading flashes in the mid lane. That's all that happens.
Sponge doesn't flash for an additional auto. I don't think it would have killed, but looked like he wanted to so badly. Doesn't happen.
Is this the last game for the day? No, there's probably a lot of other games that will be played. Just probably not on this stream.
It is the last best of 3 on this stream for the day, though.
Yeah.
And this will only be the last game of the day if DRX wins it. And right now, it's not looking great. It's not impossible by any means. 20 CS diff for a Kalista into the Aphelios is not something that we've never seen people recover from.
Okay, we're just flashing on in there. Courage. Certainly pretty brave about this one.
I mean, he went Hex Flash on Maokai. It's the peanut way, where you're just like,
Yep.
all right, I'm going to flash early for my Kalista. I'm going to flash often. I'm going to be looking for big roots over walls. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm into it. I appreciate it. I enjoy it.
I appreciate you.
Thanks. I appreciate you too, Valdez.
I was talking to the chat, actually.
Okay.
That's not actually true now. I just feel mean. I was talking to you, Wolf.
The yoke's on you, Valdez.
Are you yoking me, chat?
He's cracked.
Like the egg?
Yeah. He's cracking up over here.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, they
Friends Bronze 1 promos later are going to be a bang.
Oh, they are going to be a banger.
Hell yeah,
dude.
can't wait. It's going to be a good one.
They got the Herald, right? And DRX maybe down to Drake, maybe down 20 CS in bottom, but still a playable game. That's what they say. Can't break a turret without cracking a few plates.
Yeah, that's true. They do say that. Yeah, I've definitely heard that one before.
Yeah, it's a common saying. Pretty sure it's exactly worded that way.
Mm-hmm.
I miss AD LeBlanc top. Rethink that.
Hey, that was fun. Uh-oh. No flash on Cleaver, but Setap was not in range. Now he's in range. Gonna press a couple buttons and kill him. Sponge avoiding the stun. Very nice gank into a Rift Herald. He's gonna get this Jace in a much better... Oh, there's a Maokai. And everybody's getting rooted up here. That is a dead Jace because Setap also does not have flash. I don't know, like, were they trying to keep him alive there for a little bit or what?
Yeah.
Trying to give the kill to Ondil? Like, what's going on, guys?
Doran's Blade, Omni Vamp value. Almost seen on display.
Yeah,
Almost surviving. Sponge has a control ward here. Cleaver's just going to let these minions crash and wants to push the lane. Gets caught. Really nice ult. And without flash here, he is doomed. Does ult, defensively here, and Sponge flashes so he doesn't get stunned in the gravity field. When they drop plate, while they're holding here for the plate to crash, Setap is stunned after the root, and he doesn't pick up the plate gold, so this is all for naught.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
And YouTube chat says, DRX, wake up.
Wake up.
Yeah. You know, I didn't think they were asleep. Like, they're playing the game right now. I'm pretty sure they're awake, so I'm not sure if they have to wake up, actually.
Derek said, I am awake now. Thank
Yeah.
you, YouTube chat. You don't have to rethink what you said, guy in the chat, or girl in the chat. Not
Where
to assume.
is... Where is Death? Guys, where's Faker? I'm just curious. I don't know where he is. If anybody has the information, please let me know. Is Bull going to be a big impact on this game, I wonder?
Well, so far he has been. Will he continue to be, I think is what you mean to ask. And it's tough to say because low range comp, they have good amount of CC to set it up. But it's very easy for Aphelios to play in the low range comps. He has a...
They have a Victor.
Yeah. I mean, Victor is like... His Death Ray is long range, I guess you could say, but in order for him to actually get into range to use it or to get value out of the rest of his kit, he has to be pretty up close and personal.
They're sleeping metaphorically. Oh, thank you. I did not know that. Thank you for the update.
Today Valdez learned. Learning at LCK Challengers.
Yeah.
That's what Valdez is here to do.
I used to play this game Jumpstart first grade. Great game. Sometimes
That
when I read
sounds familiar.
YouTube chat, I harken back to my first grade days as well.
I used to play.
Sorry, YouTube chat.
I used to play Math Blaster.
I used to play this game with like this kid Sam, and he had like a cape, and he used to like go around and do things. It was a fun game.
I played a game where there's elves and you have to do math and they're like mining and throwing snowballs and stuff. They catch things in their nets. Pretty sure it really happened. I don't think it was a dream. I'm pretty sure it was a
Pajama
learning
Sam, yeah,
game.
there you go.
Pajama Sam, yeah.
Yep.
Does anyone know the elf game I'm talking about? You could buy things like pickaxes and...
Was it a gacha game?
No.
Was it a MOBA?
No. It was a... It's kind of a platformer. You're just too young, Valdez. Like, everyone
Yeah,
knows
I
your
guess
game,
so.
but like, nobody knows my game.
That makes sense. I used to play this other game where this guy shouted, "Make me a pizza," and then you'd like have to make him the right pizza with like a bunch of toppings. And if you got it wrong, he didn't like it and he threw it out.
Was that in all caps, like "Make me a pizza," or was it like
Yeah,
voice
he shouted
acted?
it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
was it voice acted or no?
Yeah, it was voice acted. Yeah.
Okay, can you do an impression?
Make me a pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was something like that. Somebody in chat's got to know that game.
Did you ever play
It's a great game.
the Treehouse game with like the frog girl? I think it was literally called the Treehouse CD game or something like that.
That doesn't sound very familiar to me.
Prowler Jace, by the way.
Yeah, that's just the way now. Eclipse got nerfed, and everybody's like, well, screw that item. We're not friends with that item anymore.
Yeah,
My
just
new
gotta
friend
get that extra
is
lethality.
Prowler's Claw. Zoombinis, yeah.
Treasure Mathstorm?
See, he knew.
I think so, yeah, that sounds right.
Zoombinis, oh my
Treasure
God.
Mathstorm, yeah.
See, the chat always knows.
I'm pretty sure I just...
How are they so smart?
just
Clear's
Google
about
this.
to gank Cleaver here. As, yeah, he had no idea. He was pretty far up the lane. He's got this turret, but the rest of the team just moves on in, and the Braum actually with a nice gank, as Pleta gonna have to flash the wall himself. So this is actually looking like a Kwangdong win. Not
Yeah.
sure about
First
Courage's
turret.
ult there, but, you know,
빨간 팀의
some zoning as, uh-oh! What?
Dude, he missed. He missed. He hit the
What?
turret. Wait, so you never played this?
My lord.
Treasure Mathstorm?
No, no, I don't think I
Okay.
played that.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
For a second, it looked like a Final Fantasy game.
Nah. What?
With like the menu on the bottom
I guess.
in blue, you know?
All right, so Cleaver gets picked here. Really nice gank from Fiero. Sponge is here as well. Take him out. Clear gets the kill. And then on the bottom side of the map, oh, we're not going to watch the interrupt fail? Okay, I guess
Yeah.
we're not going to watch the interrupt fail.
Okay,
Cleaver.
Cleaver is just unfortunate this game. They're going to hand that kill over to Satab. They're really trying to farm the victor over here.
There's
and
just
it's working.
no vision here whatsoever. And if you don't have any vision and your support isn't going to shadow you, you have to, like, Ando is like, I'm putting the vision up now. I'm like, a little bit late on that one. But if you have no vision, you just have to farm under turret. Even if you're Victor, even if you're desperately behind and you really want to... I mean, he's not even that desperately behind. He was a little bit significantly behind after that second kill. Now he's really, really behind, but could have just farmed under turret and waited for some shadowing and some additional visions to play that one out. But he gets punished, and what looked like Kwangdong Freaks' game to lose, they may very well be on track to if this side lane problem continues.
They have fallen behind in gold, so does feel like, I mean, somebody was saying like don't push Cleaver, but that time he had like just moved past his inner turret. I mean, it's kind of rough when you're Victor and you don't have flash and 4 people on the enemy team are looking to gank you when you have no vision.
Odell Down Under, by the way, that game was excellent. Of course, once you figured out how to just spawn as the Great White Shark, it took a lot of the fun out of the game, but still fun. Good game.
Yeah. I also played this game where it was like a combination game. Oh, I'm gonna have to hold that thought as they're trying to kill the Scion.
Can they kill the Scion?
I don't think they can.
They can kill the turret.
Kill the turret. Hero nearly dies. Throws out an ult just for fun. And they got the turret.
Can Cleaver kill the turret? Unsuccessful. He will eventually if he's left up there.
Where in
long
the
enough.
World is Crime in San Diego? I played that game as well. That was a fun one.
Classic.
Yeah, that's definitely a classic. That's one that most people will know, actually. Ooh, look at this.
That cleanse.
Yeah,
he
didn't
did it.
have flash. Andil in a bit of trouble. They can't really help him too much under the turret, but Fate's Call will be good enough. His Courage also will be flashing away.
Cleaver, this is the kind of defensive play he needs to get a turret. This time he will be successful in the side. As everything is committed mid, he grabs the turret. And now, hold here. Okay, hold on.
Okay, they're just gonna. That teleport was not in a good spot, as now the Scion will actually die as they're given enough time to finally take him down. And meanwhile, Clear's just pushing the bottom lane. So DRX are pulling back this game bit by bit. I guess they have metaphorically woken up, Wolf.
Yeah, metaphorically woken up, and shout out to Bit by Bit Prime, but Andil slowed. Has to flash, and this is going to be another turret going down. This time there's no cross map. We saw Cleaver get that top turret. Just building a Void Staff second here is halfway through the build, but there's just been some macro errors here.
Why are we doing this? Why are we TPing onto the tower that has 4 people on it?
Yeah. That's ATP down, and he's still running over. I'm going to help. Too late to help. I don't know who got more obliterated, the real Scion or the Scion clone.
Yes.
I think the real Scion. But yes, the answer is also just yes.
Yeah. Real Scion felt it, and maybe fake Scion didn't.
Yeah, does Scion's, like, husk
zombie
Scion, does it actually feel pain? Do we think?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. It's like an abomination, you know? It's like kind of put together. I don't know the lore behind it, but yeah, based on what we can see, it doesn't seem like he feels pain.
Yeah, I kind of lean the same way.
Oh no, they're trying to kill the Scion again. And, you know, with Gwen, it is possible.
It's kind of killable, yeah.
Yeah, with Gwen, it's a thing.
Clear is coming all the way around.
Yeah, look at this flank of Rooney. This is actually huge, as now you see they're trying to turn away. Bull is getting dogpiled right now, but he is able to hop away from the aggression. But Lancer can die to the true damage. It is enough, as he's also going to be slowed up. And they kind of have to disengage after that, but still, it's just another small win for DRX.
Yeah, and DRX are just pushing through and punishing the Scion with this Gwen pick so incredibly well. And every single time, this is damage dealt, every single time they kill this Scion, they get more control over the map and more objective control. And with the timing of this Baron take, it's going to be their first streak of the game to go down after that. So they'll prevent Mountain Soul. I think this game is now firmly in DRX's control, and the window at which Kalista had a lead has passed, and now she is just very low range. And even with this Scion frontline, the Scion frontline is getting easier and easier to take out. Still very difficult, mind you, but you see in these situations with the Gwen flanks, he just doesn't last very long. Like channeling this whole queue with the ult coming through as well from Courage, and then by the time, because look at how little he is able to trade back. Bull has to flash, Clear gets on top of him, this Kalista is out of the fight, and the Aphelios ult layered on top of everything. Lancer's just dead, man. He's stuck in the middle of the fight with no range damage to save him.
A little bit of a gank brush. You see that DRX are like, yeah, cool story, bro. Oh wait, you're Kwangdong freaks. We're just gonna push mid. As meanwhile, this is a Mountain Soul that could go the way of Kwangdong. You really gotta be careful about this DRX, as this might be one of Kwangdong's only ways into this game.
Andil looking for it, the squat flash.
Oh, he's gonna get the Sejuani, as Pleta is going to cleanse early, but he's got a lot of room, and you see they can just kite this one out. The Needles go straight into that back line as well. Double knock up here, as down will go the Gwen. And now this fight is getting pretty messy. Could be an angle. to take down this Drake, and it looks like Kwangdong will be able to do just that as nice block on the Shock Blast.
Felios ult is so late in this fight, and they give over the Mountain Soul. Going to be empowered recalls here, so a lot of this... Ironically, the Baron is supposed to be like, okay, I've got enough cryo here now to push through and take this Drake, but because the timing was so close to when they got the Drake, they didn't have enough time to push those lanes out, forced a fight there. And look at the control they don't have in bot. They pushed mid, top is pushing in as well, but they don't actually have enough control to stop Ando from getting around the backside here. Then this fight is just well played. Look at how far back Pleta is, doesn't have the right guns to fight straight up, doesn't ult early either with guns that would have done a lot more at the beginning of the fight than at the end. And that's the end of that. And okay, suddenly feels like with this Mountain Soul going over to DRX, or rather to Kwangdong Freaks, excuse me, this game gets a lot harder. Like it's still, I think, DRX
gets a lot more
favored.
interesting.
Yeah, but it's like, it's harder for the Jace to do things.
Yeah. If DRX just like won the fight, took the Drake, and had Baron, we might even be done with the game already, but it's not the case here. Now with Mountain Soul and a Scion and Leona and Maokai, things definitely going to be shaken up a little bit here. The eggs, it seemed like they were hatched, and DRX started to count them. And it was after they hatched, but you know, maybe not good enough, as now Setup has to flash away as the Blast Plant nearly trolls Piero, but he'll be fine.
Can you answer the chat for the first time chatter? Give him hope.
Can Kyang Dong Vin? Not sure. Scion, though, seemingly cannot die.
It's looking like an Elder Flip game, chat. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it with you. But DRX, a lot of map control. Baron has expired. This game has just been like decided by... this game has often been decided by flanks, and whether it's a Braum flank, Leona flank, or a Gwen flank. So just set up some wards, teams. Set up some wards. See that coming, and you'll win the game, because this whole game has been back and forth based around that. I was cracking up earlier because I was trying to figure out for the longest time what the Hex Flash animation looks like to me. And like I sometimes call it the squat flash, for those who know, because it looks like you're kind of like squatting and charging up. But it reminds me of when a cat gets excited when it sees like a laser pointer, and it's like, ooh.
Its butt starts shaking back and forth,
and then the cat just Hex flashes onto the laser pointer.
That makes sense.
That's what was cracking me up earlier, man. It's the cat's like, oh, I'm gonna flash it.
So, Wolf, I want to ask you, what's your opinion on Pleta's builds here?
I think it's pretty good, because
You think so?
yeah, he's got those shields up. He's gonna ignore a lot of the initial Leandri's damage and some of the sapling damage.
Okay.
And in the longer fights, like, he should be able to do a lot of damage with the front line he has, the Gwen, the Sejuani. So the extra lifesteal is going to be great. And a lot of people are like, well, you should go Immortal Shield Bow, but he wants to have some mobility too. Doesn't need it in this case. His team's going to hold the door.
Wait, so you can counter one ult with one basic ability? Is that fair?
Kind of, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, he also could have just stood in the Maokai ult and been fine too. And
the issue, Wolf, with Pleta's builds is that now he doesn't have IE because he has to go LDR against tanks with Mountain Soul.
yeah,
So
that's the issue you take with it.
When does Pleta do damage? Is it like 4th item?
Game 3.
3rd item? Game 3. Oh no! Too real.
Yeah, but I mean, he couldn't have known at the time when he was putting that Bloodthirster together that the enemy team was going to grab the Mountain Soul, especially at the game state at the time. It looked like DRX had really taken back control. But look, if we reach 40 minutes...
He's going to be bussing.
He's going to be bussing.
Yeah. He's not a guy who likes to take the subway, so he will definitely be on that bus.
Yeah. He likes to get a seat. It's very difficult to get a seat on the subway.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't want to take a taxi. He just wants to save his money, you know? He's got to be bussing. It's the only option for him. But yeah, that's 2 items away. Well, an item and a half, I guess. He did get his last Whisper.
That's going to help. It's going to help.
Nah, DRX can't lose from here.
the Elder flip.
I invite you to
emote.
watch Series 1, please. Or like any other Challenger series. Let me tell you, Mr. Night Elf, that anything is possible. At this point, I actually have no idea who's going to win this game. I can't make a clear call either way. It's impossible.
I just want to see the cats ask for the Elder flip. That's what I keep seeing in the chat.
Whose cats are those? What is that cat?
I don't know. I can't mouse over it right now, so I don't know whose emote that is.
Clueless. Surely DRX can't lose from here, surely. Yeah. We're about to have some aware chatters.
I mean,
if that does happen.
Baron trade for Elder? Know which one I want. It's
I want
Elder.
the Nexus. I don't want either of these options.
Okay, here comes Lancer.
Oh, nice interrupt on the Q. As Pleta has to use the cleanse. It's pretty early on. He's got a front to back, but the front is not looking too good. As now we're going to have Piero just burst down. Kwangdong have a front line, and they are playing it front to back. Hondo will survive. That is 2 kills onto the 2 frontliners of DRX. And something happened to that guy as well. Tons of damage traded between those two, as it looks like we will have an Elder, but it will not be flipped.
No, no flipping. But, I mean, look at the map. Okay, TP coming in here. They're going to try to trade this for Baron. They can use defensively. I actually really like this. There's no vision here whatsoever. But with the Elder buff up, what Kwangdong does with this will be the defining moment in this game. And they're actually going to try to head over here and scout this out.
I think DRX get this. The question is, what happens afterwards? Do they get out with this? Because like Lancer's sprinting at them, but he's not going to get there on time. So the Baron goes
no
the way of
flash.
DRX. He's got flash over the wall, but there's a Leona here. He might even just burn down to the Leona ultimate. No, he will be safe.
I actually thought Setab had no flash. I'm glad he did. Looks like he didn't because he wasn't using it initially, but it was hoping to get the greedy empowered recall. Where flip? Yeah, we're
flip
right here. So yeah, this is where it all starts off with Pleta getting out. But as you can see, as Val has mentioned several times, he doesn't really do damage. Piero is dead, and that's the end of that. Sponge over here trying to turn this fight, gets the backline hit with his ultimate, but for what? There's no follow-up damage. Pleta's not doing anything. There's too much in the way to block out this Jace damage. I'm starting to feel like Kwangdong Freaks win this game, actually. The Mountain Soul is just too strong.
And now they have Elder.
Against Baron, so kind of awkward, but the damage output and the amount of threats they have in this comp, plus the front line, is just too much to deal with. Like, Setab's damage is very front-loaded. And who does he go into melee form onto? Like, who does he actually dive? It's very difficult. Diving the Callista even, she has a Mortal Shield Bow and a Leona attached to her, so...
Yeah. Probably a stopwatch for next fight.
Like, this is the worst
joking.
possible scenario that DRX could be in against this comp. Like, with the Mountain Soul. And I mean, Elder is, like, temporarily a problem. But they had so many structures to break through because DRX had so much control over the map for so long that they can't actually get any inhibs from this, which is kind of hilarious. We might have the double Elder game. Like, that is not necessarily off the cards.
Leona has more gold than Braum. It's over.
It's done!
This guy's got it figured out. Yeah, look at this. Kwangdong just really pushing their Elder advantage. They've got 25 seconds left.
Actually going to be able to get this inhibitor clear, is just waiting to engage.
Yeah, they just
One
can't.
inhib from a 30-minute plus Elder.
They need IE for Pleta, and at that point, there's definitely a chance depending on the execution in the fight. I think at this point, though, Kwangdong are so in the lead, or so in control, I should say. I feel like a lead at this point. It's very hard to say any team is in the lead here in this game.
I mean, I think Kwangdong have a lead now, though.
It does, yeah, it does feel like it a bit. And they certainly have control over the map and over this game currently, so...
The Elder's going to spawn in 3 minutes, and I don't think any action should happen before then, as this Baron buff is going to help them deal with this mid push for just a second, for like 15 more seconds, in fact. And Sponge, do not throw your life away.
How do you feel about ducks asking for Elder Flip? Is that as good as cats?
I think decent.
Yeah, it's a pretty cute duck. I'm kind of down with it.
Lancer takes negative damage from this team.
They can't break a shield. I mean, like, it's got to be clear, and it's got to be Pleta, and the fight needs to be good. Otherwise...
Player looks really frustrated too on player cam.
Otherwise, it's just Mountain Soul Scion. So, good luck with that. And Cleaver's, you know, he's been having like a rough time in the side lanes, but ever since they got the lead, he's been doing a really good job at split pushing and just pushing in the lanes, having good timing to meet up with his team. You know, I say this in the respect of challengers, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
With
in
the
our
perspective of the challenger level
in our
macro.
ecosystem, Sponge going to clear this ward. They just need to make sure that all of the gold is given to Pleta. All of it. Like, don't take any minions unless Pleta is getting it.
Yeah.
Because no one else really needs more items to spike. Like, Jace already has a stopwatch. Void Staff is done for clear. He's on 4 items.
They're trying to kill Lancer. He did get stunned up. He take a huge amount of damage though as the front line goes down. Piero is out, and now we got Zombie Scion in, and they force this fight. They do tons of damage to the Scion as Pleta is kiting him back. Can he survive though? As he is so low on health, he's not even gonna get lasered. Quadra kill and a penta for the Aphelios. You gotta be kidding me, Pleta and the team are able to get it in the end. 200 years. 200 years!
10,000 damage in one team fight! 10,000 damage! The pentakill, and that's the game! I think that's the game to
200
DRX.
years!
200 years!
I don't think they can end, actually.
I mean, they can't end, but they're going to be able to get an inhibitor at least. Hold on. Wait. Can he
Jace?
actually end?
Wait, is anybody gonna... Leona's gonna spawn.
Yeah,
Scion,
10 seconds
6
on Bull,
seconds? I don't know.
15.
He's trying to end it by himself. He might be able to.
Actually, I think he can.
Oh, he's gonna hit it. I don't think so. I
think
This
he
is
can.
too much
I think he
CC. Scion spawns. He's getting in. Another Scion. Wait, where did he come from?
All right,
What is
TP,
this
TP,
Scion?
TP, but...
The Q. Oh, he's able to dodge over to the left side, and he hits the Nexus. That's enough. Unbelievable.
Well,
Wow.
that is a vote on the non-Infinity Edge Fleta, or Pleta, I should say.
What did I just watch?
All right.
Oh,
Hold on, I
man.
gotta put my ADC vote in. DRX take the 2-0.
Nothing to see here.
And nothing to see here in completely unexpected fashion. The saddest thing is that because the game ends, we're probably not going to get a replay of that fight, which is really, really sad because I want to watch that again. Because it looked like he was actually about to be under duress. Like, it was so close to him being locked down. Sion's coming at him, and then he just kited back. Okay, thank God. Here we go. All right, so Lancer here takes a ton of damage early, and so this is when DRX realized, like, okay, I think we should take this. At this moment, if you froze it right there, it would have been like, oh man, DRX are gonna and they're gonna mess this up. Like, they think they actually killed the Scion, and they're gonna push forward here, and I think they're gonna lose the game because you have all this Victor damage, Bull's damage in the back line, and he gets turned on, he cleanses, he goes back, Sponge is dead, and I'm like, no, there's no way, right? Satab does some extra burst, and then Pleta just kites back, man. You asked me about that build earlier. I think that build, while it doesn't do a ton of damage to
Kept him alive.
champions, it's why he wins this game right now, wins this fight.
It actually, you know, it actually does. Otherwise, he would have died.
Yeah.
Although, maybe he would have done more damage and just killed them faster and wouldn't have been in danger, but we'll never know. Seemed pretty good, though, in that last fight, the way that one went down. It is true. Well,
I actually, like, when they collapsed onto Lancer and he didn't die, I was ready to call the game over. Like, I was like, I mean, that's it. DRX thought they could kill him. They didn't. Now they don't have enough. They don't have enough damage here. The front line is deleted. No, man. Pleta said no.
half of Aphelios' damage in the last fight.
Yeah.
And like you were saying from the beginning, Wolf, very low range comp from Kwangdong. Aphelios is going to be really good into that. The Victor alone obviously is not going to do that, and also he's going to be in the mix. That's exactly what we saw in the last fight as both teams smashed their heads together and the Aphelios came out on top.
Coming out on top, DRX. Not the cleanest games from them we've
What
seen.
do you mean? Clean games, nothing to see here, 2-0. Yeah.
But look, I mean, you were the favorite, technically, quote unquote, based on the standings.
Me?
But you're my favorite. But DRX.
Yeah.
Neela was not picked today, Kevin Kim. Not in challengers.
If you're Sion, you have to build randomins before LDR comes out, or you're just dead. Did he not have randomins? Seems like a little bit of an issue against a crit 80 carry.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
If
I
he
think
did
he
not,
thought...
that's probably part of the reason why he turned to paper in the last fight. That and the Gwen, though. I mean, you see the damage from Clear. He did like a good at least 4K in the last fight as well.
Yeah. I mean, this is no surprise.
Playata.
The Jack shows also takes time to trigger to get its full effect, and in the beginning of that fight, he took so much of his damage front-ended instantly, so a lot of that armor not going to stack up, not going to apply those resistances.
Yeah, can't itemize against both Aphelios and Gwen. And actually, the comp eventually comes through. This is the first POG, by the way, for Pleta. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, kind of surprising.
Pentakill, 5-kill. What's his CC score, though? I'm very curious if he's over 200. He probably is with Gravitum.
Probably pretty close, for sure. There's not a lot to say about that game, man. We said all the things that looks like they were going to happen. DRX had control, they lost control, and it looked really rough. And then the forcing that fight, I think, was not the right call. But Pleta played it so well that it didn't matter. And his kiting was beautiful, and he held his flash. He was gonna do the big damage. Only 580 DPM because, as you said, half the game he did very little, and then he did half of his damage in one team fight at the end, where he gets a pentakill and wins the game.
Yeah. That's all that matters. Get that penta, end the game, 200 years. And if you guys can speak Korean, you can head over to the Korean stream at the same time as having ours open and listen to what Pleta has to say. Otherwise, good luck.
But otherwise, you can just hang out with us and listen to what we have to say.
Yeah, true.
What do you have to say?
Pleta is Korean for puts team on his back.
I don't think so, but yeah. I don't think so. So Pleta named himself after Fleta, the Korean Overwatch player, is what I was told.
Why?
I don't know. Fleta is a very famous player who did put who did put his team literally on the back. Why the term Fleta deadlift exists is because of his carrying. In his
That's
games.
really cool. That's a really cool name to have like named after you. The Fleta deadlift. Fleta is the goat. The goat.
There's another player in Challengers has a similar name to an Overwatch player. I can't remember what it is right now. But we have Pleta. We have somebody else has like almost exactly the same name as an Overwatch player. Someone's gonna mention.
Is it Samdi?
No. No.
Do you guys have a spirit champion?
Ooh dear, I unlocked him. Yeah. I don't know what spirit champion.
Somebody
means.
asked about 2 hours ago when the next Pog State episode is coming out.
It's coming out very soon.
I think it's tomorrow or tonight.
It's either tonight or tomorrow. If it's tonight, it's probably in 2 hours. If it's tomorrow,
26 hours.
26 hours.
There you go. It was a very fun episode again. And
yeah.
we made a bet. Something's going to happen.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but you know, you might want to watch that. Just saying.
We are the best casters. Don't tell the other casters you said that about
don't
us.
tell the other best casters that we're the best casters.
Yeah, the other
when
casters
they're
are
out
okay.
here, you call them the best casters.
But we know that we know.
Yeah,
we know that part you're
course.
lying, and for us, when you say it to us, it's real. But just try,
I'm pretty sure Samdi's name is based on the Korean rapper Simon Dominic. I think it is actually. Justin from YouTube chat says, "Love you, Wolf. You're the best."
Oh, thanks, Justin. I love you too, man. You're the best, also.
Dude, there's so much love here on Valentine's Day. Very happy.
Less than 3.
I'm so happy we could be here with the chat on this lovely love day.
I'm tweeting Dad, Atlas, and chronicling what Uncle Valdez and Wolf said about being the best caster. Okay, that's fine.
Fake YouTube comments.
Feels strong, man.
What are you guys doing on Valentine's Day? Today is Valentine's Day in Korea. So what we did on Valentine's Day is cast these games for you guys. Because we love you.
By the time we finish this and go finish our post-caster meeting and then walk to the parking lot and then drive home.
Nobody told me about a meeting.
I'm going to do a little post-caster meeting,
What are we talking about in our post-caster meeting?
Next week's casting and how we did today. trying to make sure microphones work all the time.
That's important. That's important.
And then we're gonna drive home. It takes me about 25 minutes to drive home at night because there's no traffic.
Mine's like 35 minutes.
35.
30 if it's fast.
So if we're lucky, we'll get back to our wives before Valentine's Day ends.
It's true.
And I think we'll be lucky. Like we got 2 hours. Now, if DRX lost that game, no chance.
No chance. Yeah, we'd be
That's why
basically stuck here forever.
Pleta is the true romantic.
Pleta knew. He did it for us, you know. Gatoran, I saw your name on Twitter is I don't even know if I can repeat it here. What do you think, Wolf? You think I can say his Twitter name?
I don't remember it being that. I don't remember what it was, but I don't remember it being that bad.
Magic Nipple.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Assuming that was you because you said you messaged us on Twitter and that was the person who messaged us. Would be awkward if that was someone else. Gatoran's like, no, I'm Gatoran on Twitter. Like, sorry, Gatoran. My name is definitely not Magic Nipple.
How magic. DK Live Sandbox was a banger. It was. It was for some of the wrong reasons. I think D Plus definitely feeling a little bit like there's some improvement needs to be made, some work needs to be done. They still won.
They still won. That's all that counts. Clean win, nothing to see here as they.
I gotta stop saying that.
Why?
Because it's not true.
It is though. That's the name.
I feel like that joke was funny when it was like once or twice a season.
No, now it's every time.
It's like every game. 2-0, nothing to see here. 2-1, nothing to see here. Regame with a 3-1 score line. Like it's a 5-game series. Like nothing to see. I'm like, guys, you can't just say that every time. It's not funny anymore.
I mean, we can.
I mean, you do.
We do as well. We do.
I think most of the
our
LCK
day jobs with 2-0 games. I like to stare at the sun.
Wait, what?
I think he's trying to say, we have so much time with all these 2-0s,
Well, I am probably going to go home and clean up and get ready for LCK tomorrow. Like, I don't have that.
That's the truth, yeah.
Because I haven't done my Wednesday casting prep. I'm casting tomorrow. I'm casting with you, right?
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have to do my Wednesday casting prep. So usually on nights like this, I prep my computer for the prep. So like basically I get on my computer, open up all the websites I use and tools I use, get my notebook out and like write the skeleton of like what I'm looking for tomorrow, and then that way I don't have to do like the boring part when I wake up. I'm gonna wake up and do the fun part where I'm like, all right, these are the stats, these are the info, write them into the blanks.
What do you need to prep? You literally watch every game.
Because I want to have the extra stats. Because I watch every game, but because I actually watching every game and casting, literally working on and casting every game, makes it harder to remember specific details of certain things. Like I will remember most notable games, but if I have an idea, like, okay, does Barrel have the most deaths on support in the LCK? I can go then verify that instead of telling people like, pretty sure Barrel has the most deaths in the LCK.
You can say,
like,
Barrel
he
has the most deaths,
and this is exactly how many he has, and stuff like that.
You should have like a list of how many deaths he got in each game as well. So you're like, the most deaths he's had in one game was 7.
Yeah.
And that was on January 27th against DRX.
He had less deaths this last game. Life was actually ahead of him for a little while. I don't know if he's still number 1. I haven't checked yet, but
does Barrel have the most control wards in the LCK?
No, but he has one of the highest wards cleared in the LCK. Top 3.
Are you sure that he doesn't have the most control wards?
No, he doesn't.
Who does?
It was for a while, I believe, Lehens, because KT buys a ton of control wards. And Lehens is not playing Glaive, so.
Who's the number 1 player, Carria? In every column, in every category.
Number 1 player for control wards?
Not Carria.
I'd have to look it up because I don't want to guess right now. It'll take me too long to do it on my phone. So, but I think KT as a team has bought the most control wards. And
sounds right.
Trying to think of any other interesting stats I've seen. Doran had the best laning stats out of any top laner.
Which caster has casted the most games this season?
Listen, I both have cast the most, I think, right? Like, so far. Oh, if you're talking about, like, that would be series, but in terms of actual games, I don't know.
Uh-huh. We'll never know.
Yeah, I'm
Somebody's got to do the math. I don't think those stats are out there. Does DRX have a chance tomorrow? Well, it's KT, so you never know. Today's matches, DK over Live Sandbox, clean 2-1, nothing to see here. And second match was also a clean 2-0, nothing to see here from DRX over Kwangdong Freaks.
I knew it was going to do it to me.
There's definitely nothing to see here. But definitely check out Game 2 of the last series and Game 3 of the first one, because those were
critically
very challengers.
Match45 is the final match of Round Robin 1. So we have finished the first Round Robin tonight. So we're moving into Round Robin 2. Every team is going to repeat the matches they had. And here are the final standings at the end of Round Robin 1. With this win, DRX put themselves one step further away from Live Sandbox, Gen, Kwangdong, and Bro. Still in playoff contention right now at 6th place.
It's definitely a good step in the right direction, right? A couple wins ahead of Live Sandbox, who is the next team. So pretty nice buffer you've got there between the rest of the teams, you could say. Kwangdong, unfortunately, go down to 9th place with this loss, 2-7. But you never know. Maybe they're also just they're just scaling, you know? They're going to be better in round 2, just like their LCK team.
Yeah. T1 dropping down to 4th place with Hanwha's win. Really interesting to see the shifts we're seeing right now. And KT Rolster, I think, looking to be the best team in Challengers right now. Didn't think I'd be saying that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that match 48, I'm a little bit worried about Live Sandbox in that one.
Yeah.
They got close against DK, but I don't think KT are going to give them any room.
HLE versus T1 on Hojin's stream on Friday should be a really good match.
Yeah. It comes on earlier than the LCK as well. So you guys could actually catch that, and then you can turn on the LCK. And, you know, sorry for DRX and Nongshim here in Challengers, but when the LCK is on, you know how it goes.
You know how it goes.
Yep. 9-game day next Monday. You and I, Wolf, will be on Monday.
Yep.
We're only hoping that we can be as lucky as Atlas and Chronicler.
We still haven't had our 9-game day yet.
Yeah.
Here they are, the matches we will have.
Can this be a 9-game day? Well,
all right, hold on. Let's take a look at it.
Brion is playing against KT.
But Brion took a game off T1.
Oh, boy.
So it could happen.
It is possible.
Gen.G versus Kwangdong, I'd say of these three seems to be the most likely. And then the rematch of Live Sandbox versus D plus Kia.
Right away.
Yeah, that was a very close series earlier today, so kind of dope. And then, of course, on Tuesday, 2-game Tuesday, T1 DRX, HLE Nongshim. Some pretty decent matches there, too.
I don't know. I feel, you know, like the chat is like, oh, it's going to be 9 games. I think they're just puffing on the hopium here because I do not see it. Not with
I
Pro
don't see
versus
it.
KT.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Here's the
Very sad
LCK,
about that.
by the way.
Yeah. We're definitely looking towards the two T1 matches. They're both very strong teams that they're playing against, so should be a fun challenge for our current +1 seed.
I think Friday and Sunday, both the best days to watch of LCK this week.
Yeah.
Live Sandbox T1, Gen.G T1, D+, Live Sandbox, and then there's some other good matches kind of scattered through. I think Brion D+ could be interesting. I don't think it's going to be close necessarily. I also
Maybe
think
3 games.
Could be. And HLE DRX on Friday is also kind of like, if you're a Hanwha fan, you hope it's not close, but you never know. The team has been up and down.
Does KT go 2-0 against DRX and Nongshim, 2 of our weakest teams in the LCK?
Yes. I think it's a 4-0 week for KT.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
somebody's excited.
If you predict otherwise, I need a 5-page essay on my desk tomorrow.
No, but that's the easiest thing to meme because people are just going to be like, well, it's KT. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I think we can reasonably predict based on current form and the patch what's going to happen.
You can't use logic. That's
not
fair. That's not fair.
I can. Watch me do it.
All right.
I am excited for KT. A little bit.
He's
This is not the good. This is not the fun week to be excited for KT because they just 4-0 and everyone's like, "Oh, is KT good?" I'm like, "No, they were good last week. This week is the free week. Then the next week, that's when it gets interesting again."
KT 2-1 both games. Maybe.
Clean 2-1. Nothing to see here.
It could happen, actually. I think DRX might, maybe they're going to be the ones to metaphorically wake up and say, like, whoa, guys, we were sleeping. Let's
I'm just
get on
leaning
our
back
game.
in this chair.
It goes pretty far back.
It goes back, man.
Speaking
it goes
of which,
like longer
guys,
than my mic cable.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the end of Valdezentine Day with Wolf. So thank you guys for watching. My Valdestiny is to now go home and prepare for LCK tomorrow. Just
See you
like
guys at
Wolf.
LCK tomorrow.
See you guys at LCK tomorrow. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Bye.
평화가 함께하시길. 흔들리지 마라.